He didn't believe in fate, until that night. A Navy SEAL, battle-hardened and fearless, froze mid-sentence when the woman beside him at the bar whispered two words that hit harder than any bullet: Viper 1. His drink slipped from his hand, glass shattering against the floor, and for the first time in years, he couldn't breathe. What happens when a soldier's past walks right back into his life, wearing the same call sign that once saved it? Before we dive into this emotional story of courage, secrets, and second chances, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories that'll keep your heart racing and your soul stirred. Trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next. The bar was dimly lit, a low hum of music vibrating through the floorboards like the distant echo of a heartbeat. It was one of those off-base hideouts, quiet, tucked away, meant for people who didn't want to be seen but needed to breathe. Navy SEAL Commander Ethan Cole sat at the counter, his posture as rigid as the rifle racks he'd left behind in Kandahar. His whiskey glass was half full, condensation trailing down its sides like silent tears. He'd been out for 6 months now, still trying to remember what it meant to be just Ethan, not Commander Cole. The smell of bourbon, wood polish, and cheap perfume surrounded him. It was a night like any other, until she walked in. He didn't notice her at first. The clink of bottles, the chatter of strangers, the muted sports game on the wall, it all blurred together. But when the door creaked open and a soft gust of cold air swept through, something about the way she stepped inside made him turn. Her boots hit the floor in quiet, deliberate strides, and her eyes scanned the room with the kind of precision he'd only seen in combat. She wasn't just anyone. She was trained. He could tell by the way she carried herself, calm, aware, dangerous in silence. She took the stool 2 seats down from him. Her hair was dark, tied in a low ponytail that didn't try to impress anyone. She ordered something simple, black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Coffee at a bar, Ethan thought with a faint smirk. Only soldiers did that. Only the ones who didn't trust alcohol to drown what they'd seen. He glanced at her again, trying not to stare, but there was something familiar about her. The way she sat, the small scar near her left eyebrow, the faint, cold stillness in her gaze, it whispered of deserts, of missions, of danger shared. He couldn't help himself. "Rough day?" he asked, voice low, casual. She looked at him. For a second, her expression didn't move. Then, slowly, she smiled, a soft, calculated smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Something like that," she said, her tone calm but measured. "Military?" he asked, tilting his glass. Her gaze flickered to his forearm, where the faint outline of a trident tattoo peeked from under his sleeve. "You?" she countered. He chuckled, the sound heavy with a mix of pride and exhaustion. "SEAL. Retired now. Commander Ethan Cole." She nodded, as if she already knew. "You don't look retired," she said. He smirked. "You don't look like you drink coffee at bars." For a moment, the tension eased. Then came the silence, the kind of silence that hums with electricity, where words mean too little, and memories mean too much. Ethan leaned back. "So what about you? You got a name, or should I guess?" She turned her coffee cup slowly, eyes fixed on it. Then, after a pause, she said, "Depends. You asking for my real name, or my call sign?" That word, call sign, hit him like a shockwave. His body stiffened. No civilian would say that. Only someone who'd lived the same life, who'd survived the same fire. He straightened up, curiosity sharpening his tone. "All right then," he said, half joking. "Let's go with call sign." Her lips curved slightly, not quite a smile. "Viper 1." The glass slipped from his hand before his mind even registered what he'd heard. It hit the counter, rolled, and crashed to the floor, amber liquid spilling like blood in the dim light. His breath caught in his throat. The bar's noise faded away. Viper 1. He knew that name. Knew it better than his own. His pulse thundered in his ears as he stared at her. It couldn't be. Viper 1 was a legend, a ghost in classified files, a name whispered only among those who'd seen her work in the field. She was a sniper, one of the most precise and fearless operatives ever embedded with special ops. But she'd been reported killed in action, 3 years ago. You're not real, he said under his breath, shaking his head slowly. Viper 1 is dead. Her gaze locked onto his, unblinking. That's what they wanted you to believe. He felt the floor tilt beneath him, as if the air itself had thickened. You saved my team, he whispered. Operation Black Dawn. You covered our 6 from that ridge. You took out 5 insurgents with 1 clip, she finished quietly. Yeah. I remember. His mind spun. He could still see it, the dust storm, the radio static, the voice in his earpiece calm as ice. This is Viper 1, you're clear to move. That voice had guided them out of hell. And now, 3 years later, she was sitting next to him in a quiet bar, sipping coffee like a ghost come home. Ethan swallowed hard. Why fake your death? She looked away, her jaw tightening. Because they needed a scapegoat, she said flatly. The op went sideways. Civilians were hit. Someone had to take the fall. Easier to bury a ghost than explain the truth. The storm behind her calm words sent a chill down his spine. He knew that tone, the sound of someone who'd carried too much for too long. You disappeared, he said softly. We all thought, hell, I thought, we lost you. She met his gaze again, this time without armor. You almost did. They sat there for a moment, 2 soldiers bound by the same silence, the same ghosts. Outside, the night deepened. The bartender moved quietly, pretending not to notice the fragments of glass glinting at their feet. Ethan wanted to ask her 100 things, where she'd been, how she'd survived, what truth she was hiding behind those calm eyes. But something told him not to push. Not yet. Instead, he said, you shouldn't be here. If you're alive, someone will notice. Someone dangerous. Her eyes softened, but her words were firm. I didn't come here to hide, Commander. I came here because I need your help. Ethan blinked. My help? She nodded once. Something's coming, Ethan. Something worse than Black Dawn. The same people who buried me are about to bury a lot more. And I can't stop it alone. The air between them thickened, pulsing with a mix of fear and purpose. Ethan's instinct, the soldier still buried inside him, roared awake. What do you need? She leaned closer, her voice a whisper. A team. Trust. And a second chance to finish what we started. He didn't know whether to feel terrified or alive. But deep down, he already knew the answer. Whatever she was caught in, he was part of it now. Outside, thunder rolled in the distance, as if the sky itself was warning them. The ghosts of the past were stirring again, and this time, they weren't alone. Rain poured outside as Ethan followed Viper through the alley behind the bar. She revealed the truth. Black Dawn wasn't a mission gone wrong. It was sabotage by someone inside their own command. The same traitor now planned an attack that could cost hundreds of lives. Ethan's heart pounded as memories of their past battles flashed back, every bullet, every breath. Why me? He asked. She turned, eyes fierce. Because you still believe in doing what's right. Their hands brushed, soldiers reborn in trust and pain. Together, they vanished into the storm, ready to fight the war that never truly ended. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more emotional military stories like this one.